2,000 RPM. There's instant torque response from the electric drive. Listen to the 918's howl. The noises are just fabulous. Into turn 5, all the stability controls are off. You know I like it all natural, just me. And actually 918 for me is faster that way. It's like throwing off the reins and give me all you got. Man, I hate this car because I'm spoiled now. I want everything to run like this. The 918 is an extremely sophisticated, extremely powerful hybrid supercar. Yeah.
That's gotta feel good.
Were you wondering if we were going to hit one of those signs?
I was looking at that 3. It was approaching very quickly.
When you hear the word Ferrari, this is the exhaust note that you expect to hear.
This has all those qualities that are difficult to describe to a car. The personality, the charisma. You know, it has all those elements when you drive it, and you really get wrapped up in that emotion when you drive it. It's just so gratifying and satisfying to push on this thing because it loves it. Oh. Exhibit A, B, C,
100, 120,
D,
130.
Oh. There's that 3.
The Viper. It's just an inhospitable place to be. I don't know how else to put it. The pedals are cockamamie, they're angled off to the left. When you hit the brake, sometimes you hit the gas. The dead pedal feels like you're stepping on a spike. You can't see out of it. The engine is so loud that all I want is earplugs and an Advil. I actually do have a headache and like an earache. And just in my left ear, because that's where the pipe is. Oh, I should probably also mention, this car is melting itself. If you look at the paint and the door jambs, which is right on top of the exhaust pipe, it's so hot it's melting. Also, there is a 30-degree differential between the temperature of my feet and the temperature of my head because there's so much heat thrown off by those pipes. But as our technical director, Frank Marcus, pointed out, wow, 30 degrees, the old one was 50. But all that is forgiven the second you do this. God, this thing. And then you understand. You understand this is such a great car to drive.
And the McLaren wins. Let's go back and take another look at that launch in slow motion. Off the line, you'll see both cars get moving with just the tiniest bit of wheel spin, but the McLaren's rear weight bias helps it jump ahead. And that's exactly where it stays for the rest of the race. The Lexus V10 screaming like a Formula One car, but screaming's not enough, and the McLaren gets to the quarter-mile marker 0.8 of a second sooner and nearly 6 miles an hour faster. All right, Lexus, kind of the slowest of the bunch, but that's all right because it sounds the best. Anyway, round 2, we have the McLaren up against a V12-powered Lamborghini Aventador. This is a 6.5-liter V12 that makes 101 horsepower more than the McLaren does. More importantly, the Lambo has all-wheel drive, which means it goes pew, right off the line. Whether that's enough to keep it ahead over the quarter mile, let's find out. Wait, what? Over so soon? All right, let's watch it again in slow-mo. The McLaren gets a jump off the line because, well, I was driving and I cheat, but cheating is no match for four-wheel drive launch, and the Aventadors is the most violent in the entire business. Thanks to its single-clutch automated manual, the shifts are just as painful. If you ever want to make your passenger cry, you put them in a Lambo. Luckily, it's all over in just 10.6 seconds, with the Lambo coming through the quarter-mile mark at 133.9 miles an hour.
Yes, it is.
The oversteer is a little bit easier to get into.
Yeah, it does. It has that kind of snappiness
Yes.
that can create a little bit of fear.
Yep.
This car does need to be driven with respect.
It is a rear drive, high torque car. It will behave like one.
Yeah, it'll break the tires loose just on pure power.
And it's a bit more serious when you drive it fast. You don't have the no fear that you do in the Porsche. This car makes you work a bit harder, I think.
It does make you work harder. In fact, I'm surprised at how free the car is.
Yes.
It has a tendency to be do a little bit of oversteer.
All the
Be
time.
a little bit tail happy, yeah.
And it's a lot looser on entry than a C6 was.
But it's good on exit.
Yes. Oh my God, it's great on exit.
And it sounds a little bit like the C5Rs
It sounds amazing.
that race in the American Le Mans series.
And this is the working example for why V8s are the best.
And an H-pattern transmission, man, that's the way a sports car ought to be. I'm from the shifting generation, and I miss it, frankly.
So flat plane crank V8, small displacement though, 3.8 liters, but twin turbo.
The great equalizer.
Yes, and it makes more power too. So total 900 plus horsepower. They say 905, 908, who cares? You're over 900. Might as well be 1,000, right?
That number's amazing. Oh, torque. Oh, I love that sound when I pop off the gas and I can hear the turbo pop. McLaren's got a couple of turbos pushing air into a V8 flat plane crank. It cooks. God, that power feels so good, it's going to be hard to go back to a normal car. Look at that thing. Okay, that run was from 90 to 130, just like that. Time it. Amazing car. The acceleration rates are just mind-blowing. It's a whole nother category of car, and it climbs this hill up on the way to the corkscrew like no other car I've ever driven here. It doesn't feel like a hill, it's amazing. It's like a rocket launch, straight up. You gotta be careful with that gas pedal. Like Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. You gotta roll it in. Holy mackerel. Wow, now that's a really different personality from that 918. Love it. But man, it's just, you gotta be on it.
Yeah.
You know, you're in there and the rears are right on the edge of their grip and pulling gears. It's a driver's car.
Yeah.
The fun factor is really high. It makes me feel like a better driver than I really am.
But that's really admirable because this car isn't doing that with fancy stability control or traction management. It's not driving the car for you.
Carlos, I can't tell right now whether the stability control is on or not.
It's off.
Is it on?
It's off. Yeah, it's off.
The 911 handles so well, it hardly needs stability control. We were just wondering if we could do drifts with it. Well, now we know.
You could do one here.
Oh, uh-oh, challenge. The challenge has been laid. Little ones. I can do little ones.
You can really use that rear weight bias to your advantage.
Like the Viper, I still have this crazy view out over this long hood. The steering is super precise, but somehow it's more elegant here in the Black Series. I have half the power on Earth under my right foot. Also like the Viper, it's loud, but listen to this. It's incredible. It sounds like two chainsaws having a sword fight. I mean, it's just the most violent, visceral, bloody noise on earth.
And of course, it's the Bugatti Veyron, which is the undisputed king of fast. The Grand Sport right over there has 16 cylinders compared to only 12. And it has 4 turbochargers breathing air into those 16 cylinders, making 1,001 horsepower or 987 North American horsepower or 6.8 trillion somebody else's horsepower. It doesn't matter. It's really fast. And so we figured we should probably line them up to find out if the Veyron is still faster than the Lamborghini or if the Lamborghini is faster than its evil French twin sister. Oh, come on, you didn't really think that the Veyron was gonna lose a drag race to its younger sister. I mean, remember, these two cars come from the same family, from the Volkswagen Group. And let's be honest, what happens after the quarter-mile mark is what really counts. The Veyron keeps going to 253 miles an hour versus the Lamborghini's 217. The Bugatti is still speed king, but I think the important takeaway here is that is one fast Lamborghini.